So what are your favorite things, like your absolute favorite things that you have to grow in your garden? Well, today's the day. We're gonna get some seeds started out here. We did put the greenhouse cover on, but as you guys know, as has been in the years past with this greenhouse, what's 2 years now? Maybe it's only 1, it feels like 2. Either way, you know it's been a pain. I even added like extra tie downs, and I used some of this to tie it down. And I did it all around at several different points and had it all tied down, and I thought it was gonna be great and it would hold it. It did not. It just ripped out the pieces that I had tied it on with. So I think I'm just kind of like, okay, I give up with this cover. We're gonna be building a different greenhouse coming up, hopefully this year. It's gonna have to be this year, either that or we're gonna have to change and find a different cover to put on here. But I'm not worried about that. So what I am gonna be doing though, I do have to get, Irby's gonna make something to cover these. That way the cats and the chickens cannot climb in here until I can get like a fence put around, just like a small little fence. But until I can get something put around my garden that deters them from coming in. But I'm at least gonna get some seeds started. I kinda wanna get something put in my raised bed down there. I want to do all of my perennials in there. That way they can just keep coming back. Same as my strawberries across from them. That way those two are just like full of perennial things. I have lots of herbs and flowers and stuff that are perennials that I'll be putting in there. But got a lot to start today. I wanted to try, I had some that were bigger than these little cell ones, but they're super crumbly because they were out in the heat for a long time, so I don't think they're gonna work. But I do at least have a couple of these larger ones. These were like sauce packs from Irby's old work that he was able to get like from a few years ago. Those are still good, but I'm gonna show you what seeds I have, and we're gonna go through the ones that I'm gonna start right now. Some of them I'll be waiting for till we can get these covered, but I wanted to get some started at least now. I got this cute little basket. Irby gave me this to put some of my seeds in. So I have a lot of seeds in here. A lot of these one of my friends gave me, and I sat down with her and I was like, the hardest part for me when it comes to gardening is remembering when everything needs to be planted. So she sat down with me and we went through like what needs to be planted when and all that. So that was a wonderful help. So we're gonna get started on a lot of these. I do have another full bag of more seeds. I don't know if I'll be planting any of these today. I might. I don't know. We'll decide that in a little bit. But I'm at least gonna get a good bit of these done. And then I got like these cute little tags. I picked those up from a family member, was just getting rid of a bunch of things, and so I grabbed these. And then this I won't need for a long time, but I got this wire to help tie up some things. Too, I've got a lot of vining things. It'll work for tomatoes if I really need it. I'm probably gonna use tomato cages this year though, for those, but I'm not sure. But anyways, I have a lot of seeds that I really need to go through, and I don't have a ton of space, so I'm kind of in the dilemma of, do I plant a lot of the same thing this year, or do I plant multiples of just a few, like that way I can have just a few. I don't know. I know some things are gonna be like tomatoes. I'm probably just gonna plant a lot of those. That way I can make all the sauces and everything. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when I get to it also and fully make my decision. I'm really not sure, but we'll see. Oh, also I had to show you guys this. So you know you're a homeschool kid when one little simple question turns into a whole project. So Ethan the other day, he had a mango that he got from the store and was eating it, and he said, do you think I should save this mango seed? And I was like, well, why don't you research what you would need to do to make that mango seed grow? And so it turned into a whole day of research and him figuring out what he needed to do and everything, and it was so cute. So he took apart the mango and got the seed out with a little bit of assistance because those things are tough. But he planted his little mango seed, and he's got it in a little greenhouse thing with the bottle here, but I'm going to show you. Oh, well, he's got it just planted down in there. Now, will a mango seed let's see. You can kind of see on the bottom, it looks like it might be splitting to grow. We'll see. But will a mango seed actually grow into anything here in zone 8B of South Carolina? I don't know. I don't know, but we sure are going to try to find out. So, and I may need another one because I don't know if they're self-pollinating or not either. That we need to figure out also. So for these marigolds, I do want to plant them kind of a little bit everywhere, and I will be collecting the seeds from these whenever they are finished, but I do want to plant these just kind of all over to help deter some pests and things like that. I've heard they're really good for that, so that I'm going to plant everywhere. These here, for the most part, are all of my perennials that I have, not including the bag seed, but these here are my perennials. I'll tell you guys what I have. I did not know, so I have catnip. And I didn't know until my friend told me that we can actually drink catnip tea too, and it's supposed to be really calming. So isn't that cool? But no, wait, these are the ones. This one needs to be in a container because it'll grow like mint. See, I wrote that down there, and I'm glad I did because I would have forgotten completely. But yeah, I have borage. I think that's how you said that. I've never grown this before. Got some echinacea. So that's really good. I got marshmallow. I do have some marshmallow root that I wanted to grow. Wanted to make marshmallows with, but I haven't made them yet. But now I can grow my own also and be able to make it all the time. I got some yellow, white yarrow. Here, that one's perennial. And then I've got a different type of mint. I've got mountain mint. This one obviously is going to be grown in a container. And then I've got this oregano here, which will go into a container also. So I've got several larger containers, and maybe I'll transfer them out once they get so big, but for now I've got plenty of containers. You guys know this. I might grow this yarrow separate because it doesn't like a lot of water, and I don't want to plant it with others that might need it. I've got some poppies also. Those I'll probably plant. I don't know. I don't remember if poppies are perennial. I don't think that they are. I don't believe they are. But I may plant some of those in there. I'll probably plant this basil in that container just because it kind of goes with the herbs. Calendula, I'm going to plant in there. Zinnias, not sure where I'm going to plant the zinnias yet. I may just add them in with the little herb and flowers, but I'm not sure. I got some forget-me-nots and pansies, which I'll also plant like the marigolds around everywhere. Some of these I'm a little behind on, but I'm way more ahead of schedule than I was the last planting season and the season before that. So I'm not really worried about it, but I've got some broccoli that I'm gonna plant right now. I've got turnips. Now turnips are, you plant them in September, but I'm gonna try to see. I'm just gonna plant a few and see if you can plant them in spring to see how they do this early on, but I'm not sure. I've got cabbage that I'm gonna be planting. Then I've got parsley, which is biannual. That I'm probably gonna plant with the herbs in that other container. I've got chives, they're perennial, so they'll go in there. I've got dill, which will go with the herbs. Kale, I'm not sure if it's, I don't think it'll be too late. It's not super, I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna try, okay? And then I've got more lettuce. I kind of want to grow lettuce in like the grow bags and stuff so I can just kind of cut it down. But I thought about growing potatoes in grow bags. We can always get some more if we need them. Then radish. Radish I'm probably just going to plant in those same containers because they seem to do so much better in those containers than when I put them in our big bed. Don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it was just the time. Maybe that's all it was. But I'm going to go ahead and plant those in the containers. Arugula. I've got a different type of radish. This one is the China Rose. They're a little bit longer. I've got peas, like shelling peas. Here's yet another another radish. Can you tell we like radish? And then I've got butter crunch lettuce, cilantro, and chamomile. And cilantro and chamomile I'm going to plant in the container down there. So I need to like, I should have grouped these together better. Here I've got amaranth. I think I saved this amaranth. Yeah, this is amaranth. And then I also got a lot more here. These will be planted a little bit later. I've got some sweet basil, okra, eggplant, some Keystone. These are Keystone resistant giant peppers. It's heirloom variety. Beefsteak tomatoes. I want to order a couple different types of tomatoes this year. Cucumber. I want to order some Dr. Witchy tomatoes because I had heard about them for a long time, and I finally got to try some last year and they were so good. So I definitely want to grow them. Cantaloupe, we'll be trying those again this year, and I will be attacking the pest like crazy so that they do not eat my cantaloupe this year, because that was super upsetting last year. I've got sweet corn, which I'll plant on Good Friday, and then I've got these cherry tomatoes here. Also have some bush beans. I wanted to get some pole beans also. I've got this long white zucchini. These are super good. I've also got some straight neck squash, Black Beauty zucchini. I love adding zucchini. There's like this dish I make with pasta and chicken and peppers and zucchini. It's so good. That's like my favorite thing ever, but I love zucchini. I've never tried these squash, but I thought these would probably be pretty good in like a soup or something. So we're gonna grow these this year. I've got some Big Jim chili peppers, and then I've got these stringless green beans and another variety of cucumbers. So I definitely need to get more tomatoes. Actually, I may have more tomatoes in here, but I still want to get a couple different varieties. I've got some spinach here that I'm going to be growing in May. I'm going to plant it in May. It's an Asian variety. It's super pretty, but it tastes delicious too. I have more okra. This was from our okra a couple years ago. And then, not sure what these are. I don't remember, to be honest. I didn't mark it. What is this? This is some type of herb. Parsley. And then I've got the icicle radishes. Let's see. Oh, another thing I'm going to be planting is I've got tons of loofah seeds. So I'm going to be planting those this year. I got to figure out where I'm going to put them so that they can vine up. I may put them just on the end here. That way they can kind of go over and go over the greenhouse top. Kind of the same way we did with our cucumbers and our watermelon last year. So I think that'll work out pretty well. And then I've got tons of mullein seeds. Tons of it. So I definitely won't need to plant that much, but we have it. So the soil, I just added a ton of water to it. I just want it completely saturated. One thing last year that I didn't do very well was keep the seedlings watered as much as I probably needed to. So I'm just going to make sure that this soil is completely saturated before I ever even add it to the pots, just to give it a good head start. But also, I'm going to keep them very well watered all throughout. Oh, also, I do have these elderberry cuttings that I'm waiting for them to start rooting out. They haven't yet, but hopefully it won't be long until they do. Oh, there's a little tiny, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. There's like a little tiny root coming off of that one. So it won't be much longer until I can get those planted too. These three here are just going to be for that catnip, the mountain mint, and the oregano. So I'm going to keep them in these containers for now. That'll be plenty of space, at least for now. And I'll probably eventually change them over to something bigger, but this will work. And some of that water, a bunch of that water is going to drain off. I'm not just going to like leave it flooded, I promise. I'm just going to leave this back here behind where I keep those radishes. Seems to be the best place for these containers to go and not get knocked over or messed with by animals. At least I haven't tried yet. Look who heard me talking about them. Yeah, I was talking about you, Mr. Wilson. Yeah. We were talking about you. know I also said last year that I'm leaving this mint, but I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and pull it because I don't want it to take over everything. And it's going to do that if I let it. Now, where to put this? I don't know. Do I want another container of mint? I think I have plenty. I'm not positive, but I think it's taken over my bee balm. I know that bee balm looks serrated like that, and it does have purple on it, but it's more purple like at the back part of the leaf, not around the edges and at the front part. So I think that this mint may have taken over my bee balm. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. And I think the stems, let me look at the stems too. I don't know. Yeah, I think so many things can look alike, and I don't remember what the bee balm looks like when it first starts. I think this is just mint. Pretty sure that it is. Okay, Wilson, I will pay you. Sorry. So last year I also struggled with marking everything, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and look at what I planted and figure it out, and then I didn't. So this year I'm gonna go ahead and label them right away. These come with markers. I don't know if the markers are still gonna be any good because I have no clue how long they were in a storage building, so I have no clue how long they were in there, so this marker might not even work. And if it doesn't, I'll just have to run inside and grab one, but I think I just took the lid off. I thought I broke it for a second. I was like, well, oh, it's chalk. It's not a marker. That is not gonna last, but it'll last long enough for me to go get a marker. So we're gonna do catnip in here, and this one. Whoop. Isn't that cute little sign? Yeah, that's adorable. Okay, we'll do catnip, mint, and what else? Oregano. Okay, there we go. I'll set you guys down here so you can see it a little better, what I'm doing. I didn't bring my tripod out here. In fact, I gotta find where I put my tripod. I stored it. I wonder why one of these open on the bottom when you store them on the bottom and all the seeds go down. Oh well. But I don't know where I've put my tripod. I think it's in the storage underneath our bed in the camper, which I never open up because it's super heavy. And now we just changed our bed in there, so it's going to be even harder to get to. I should have thought about that. But, well, Irby changed our bed. I wasn't even here. So that's why I don't know what's under there. But, let's see. Okay, this is oregano. These seeds are so tiny. Oh my gosh, they're like super tiny. Look how itty bitty. Those are so little. What seed was it that we had last year that was like insanely small? I don't remember. Just gonna sprinkle some of these. These are ones you don't even like. When they're this tiny, I'm just like, yeah, let's just sprinkle and cover. I know I didn't just fill a raindrop. That better not have been rain. I'm getting this done today. I swear, every single time I have stopped to try to do this, somebody has needed me. A child has needed me for something, or I have needed to stop and do something or go somewhere. No, it's getting done today. So that rain better hold off. It wasn't supposed to rain today, I don't think. I don't think it was. I don't know. Okay. So got all those kind of covered. Well, there's one. But they'll be fine. They'll be just fine. I wasn't even showing you. I was just like off in the distance. But there. Those look super cute. But this is also just me keeping a record of it's catnip, oregano, and mint in case I forget to come out here and this gets rained off. But look at how cute those are. And now I gotta clean those out so I can get radishes planted in these. I don't know what these little plants here are, but sorry if the camera is moving in an annoying way. That would be Wilson poking my hand like, hey, why aren't you petting me? But I'm not sure what these are, but they were not planted there, so they gotta go along with my mint. And then I have to find some place to put all these. Probably I'm not gonna put mint in compost, that's for sure. we would have a whole mint mountain. That we don't need. I'm just gonna add a little layer of this fresh topsoil on top of where I'm gonna plant these radishes. And I can plant these through May, and then I can plant them again in August. So, and you guys know we love radishes. So what are your favorite things, like your absolute favorite things that you have to grow in your garden? I have tons of favorite vegetables, but as far as like ones that I've grown in my garden, radishes are probably like top up there. And reason being, like, I love radishes for a lot of different things, but we do what we call like a fancy ramen night. And we'll just get our radishes, harvest them, and we'll make our really nice ramen, and we'll have like an egg and the radish and just lots of different stuff. And it's super fun. And it's something that all the kids like too, which is always a plus. But they're one of my favorite things. I think my next favorite thing would be tomatoes. And I know we have like a huge abundance of cucumbers, and I do like cucumbers, but they're definitely not like a favorite. Like I would be okay if I didn't get that many cucumbers. Let me think. Sugar snap peas. I have not grown sugar snap peas here yet. I tried to last year and they just did not do well. I don't know if it was because of my soil or if it was because of pests. I'm really not sure, but those are like a super top favorite of mine to grow. And squash I really like squash too. But comment and let me know what your favorite things to grow are in your garden, because I love hearing like people's favorites of whatever, like what brings them joy in their garden. But I am going to plant some radishes in here. I'll do China Rose and Champion in this one. Oh, I was shocked by the mint. I didn't show you guys when I planted that mint, there were only like 4 seeds in there. I guess they really want to make sure that people don't like way overplant mint, which is smart, because yeah, I didn't expect mint to grow as much as it did either. Okay, we're gonna try something, all right? I want to try growing some of the Butter Crunch lettuce in this container. Reason being, I don't really want to put it in the beds. If I have to, I will, but I don't want to put it in the beds because I have a lot of other stuff that really needs to go in those beds. And I was looking it up, and you can put them in like 4 to 6 inch containers. It says they do really well. So I'm gonna refresh this with that topsoil, and we're gonna try it. You guys know every time I say I want to try something, it's either gonna be really awesome or it's gonna be complete failure, and that's okay. I think that's one of my favorite things about gardening, is it doesn't have to be like perfect. Stuff's gonna grow, and well, most of the time stuff's gonna grow. I think I'm only gonna do 3 in here, just because I don't want to push my luck, and I want to try and see how well they grow in here. Should I do a grow bag also for them, because it's much bigger, but it says they do really well in containers. And I know I've seen people grow them in like the green stalk type containers, so if they can grow in there, they can definitely grow in this. So maybe I'll just stick with this, and I can do like, I think every 2 weeks. That doesn't sound right, but it was like, let me see, hang on. Succession planting every 2 weeks. So I would have to, okay, I would just have to do it in a different container, which is fine. And then that way it just keeps going. We're gonna try this though, and we're gonna see if it works. So wish me luck. let's grow some Butter Crunch lettuce, because we do really like lettuce. A lot. Note to self, bring a tea towel or something out here to wipe my hands on. That way I don't like destroy the clothes that I'm wearing, and I don't get the seed packets all muddy and gross. Yeah, I do that every time, and I'm like, I probably should bring something out to wash my hands on, do I? No. I'm just gonna attempt to drop 1 to 2 seeds in each of these holes. I'm just kind of boop boop. There we go. All right. Get off my finger. Can't grow if he's stuck to my hand. Okay. And we're gonna test it and see if this will actually work. I think it will. next video, hopefully we'll have an update. And I can let you guys know how the lettuce is doing. And I just poured dirty, muddy water all over my shoes. Also, note to self, wear your boots. I'm actually going to wait on the kale. When thinking the kale is saying it needs to be planted like June or July. So I'm going to wait on that. But I'm going to do the broccoli, and then I'm going to do some of the lettuce that I put in this grow bag. It's Paris Island. It's like a, what's it called? What's the type of lettuce? It's on the top of my head. I can't remember. Why can I not remember types of lettuce right now? I don't know. What are they called? I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. We'll see. But how far apart? I think these are like 12 inches, aren't they? Oh, 18 to 24 after thinning. So I'm just going to plant them like 12-ish inches apart and thin them out if they need be. I don't think I need to plant them that deep. That's a little deep. I'm just going to kind of drop them and then cover them a little bit. That's going to drive me crazy that I can't remember the type of lettuce. Iceberg. No, that's the round one. That's not it. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. Well, y'all guess in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. And we'll see if I can remember it before you get your comment typed out. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look. Romaine. Oh my gosh. Why could I not remember that? Okay, but I'm just going to plant like 4 of these in the back because they need like 10 to 12 inch spacing. And then I can plant kind of succession planting with those too. Okay, I also added just like a little line of arugula going through. That way I have a spot for it, and yeah, it'll grow well. So I've got broccoli on the front end here and back there, and then I've got that Paris Island lettuce on the back row, and then arugula is just going to kind of go through the broccoli. I could probably put another line of arugula up front here. I've already got roly-polies in here, and I've seen some of those worms, so I think I'm not gonna kill them, I'm just gonna toss them away from my garden. But go. Okay, I've seen the roly-polies and I've seen those little worms in my soil already, so I think I'm gonna go inside, find a potato and like slice it up and just keep it in this bed so they can go after the potato rather than going after my seedlings that pop up. Obviously it's not gonna be a problem for a couple days, but still, I'd rather go ahead and, I don't know, maybe I should wait a couple days to do that way. Yeah, I'll just come out here on, I guess, Saturday and do that. So I finished getting the broccoli and arugula and that lettuce planted. I think I got a good bit done today, I feel like, and I came up with a plan for some of the other things that I'm going to be doing. So we got that done. I got the broccoli, or not broccoli, the lettuce in this grow bag down here, and then we got all of our catnip, oregano, mint, our radishes, and more lettuce. I think I'm going to wait to plant the other things in my containers until Irby's able to get me the fence made around it. I think hopefully he'll be able to get that done tomorrow. I don't think he can get it done today, but if he can, that'd be great. But if not, I think he can get it done tomorrow. That way I can come out here. But I'm pretty sure I got everything that was kind of like you need to get this done now. I think I got all of them planted. I did decide I am going to put almost all the perennials in my container at the very end there. Things like the marshmallow, I'm going to plant that separately, probably just in the ground. and stuff like that, things that get like bigger, I'm not going to. But as far as like the flowers and the herbs that are not like mint that will grow everywhere, I'm gonna plant in there, and hopefully it won't be a big space issue. If it is, it's okay, we can just move stuff. But that's the plan for that. I may start some tomatoes today. I don't know if I'll record that. Well, I guess if I come back out today I will, but I don't know if I'll get to it because I do need to go check on the kids, make sure their schooling's going good, and give them some help if they need it. And then Atticus, he's over there just digging holes and bored, and I don't want him digging holes. So I'm gonna go take him, walk him around, check on the kids, get their lunch done and that kind of stuff. And if I have time, then I'll come out here and do the tomatoes, but I may not, and that means I'll do it tomorrow, which I won't record because I want to go ahead and get this video out for you guys. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you being here and watching our videos. Comment down below, tell me what you guys are growing, or if you've had a garden before, or if you're just looking to have one. But yeah, comment, let me know what you're doing, and we will see you on the next video.